VLOOKUP in Excel. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am going to be telling you about VLOOKUP. It is a function in Excel and I'm going to be telling you how you can use it. So let's get into it. So VLOOKUP is a function in Excel that you can use, and you can even use this in Google Sheets as well, but we're going to be using it in Excel today. So it's a pretty common function. So for example, if you can see right here, I have a few different, I have like a list, right? And each cookies have their own pricing, and these pricings, right, I have another list over here that I'm going to add. So classic chocolate chip cookie is over here. Classic chocolate chip cookie, it's $2.50. So if I have to add the price, all I have to do is add in $2.50. Okay, so I created a new sheet because I couldn't for some reason edit on that one. I didn't have permission, so I created a new one. So this is how it looks like. So now I'll just copy these cookie names over here, right? And I want to find out the price of these cookies, right? So if I want to type in the price on the other list, right, all I would have to do is just go ahead, either copy the price, right, and paste it, or just simply type in the price, right? But I don't want to do that because that'll take too much time. Because if you have like a whole list, right, and each of the price is going to be different, I mean, you can go ahead and copy all of them and paste them, or you could just simply go ahead and type them on but it'll take too long, right? It would be much easier if you just typed in the name and it'll automatically go ahead and put in the price for you automatically. So that's what we're going to do over here. So let's go ahead and do it, right? So to add a function, it's pretty simple. You have to add in the equal sign. This is going to let Excel know that you are now trying to add in a function, and type in the name of the function, which is going to be VLOOKUP. It is also known as vertical lookup. So we'll type that in, hit enter. There we go. And it'll automatically add the parentheses and we'll be good to go. Now you can see right here, we have a bunch of different tables explaining what the value is, right? So you can see right here, lookup value. It is the value to be found in the first column of the table and can be a value, a reference, or a text string. So this is what it was talking about. And then we have the table array, which is a set of text, numbers, or logic value in which the data is retrieved from. So that is going to be the B column, right? And can be reference of range or range name, right? And then we have the cool index is the column number in the table array from which the matching value should be returned. The first column of value in the table is column 1. And then we have range lookup, which is a logic value to find the closest match in the first column, sorted in ascending order, true or ominated, find an exact match. So over here is going to be the lookup value, table array, cool index number, and then match lookup, right? So we're going to add the lookup value, but I think I should go ahead and, back this up and add it over here. So let me actually do that. So here is what we're going to do. Since we want to know the price of chocolate chip cookies, right? We're going to go ahead and add it over here. So we look up, right? Add that. And now we're going to add the lookup value, which is going to be over here. So we're going to select that, which is going to be D2. And then we want to add in the table array, right? We're going to put the column here, which it is going to be searching against, which is over here, right? A1. So we're going to add A1. And what I want you to do is not just select the first one, but also select the entire table like that, right? I actually selected a little bit more. Oh, sorry. It should be over here. Let me actually go ahead and change that. Not from C17, but to B16. So it's going to be B16. There we go. That's the column. So we're going to hit enter. Well, not enter, but comma to separate them. Next, we need to add the column index number, which is the main value that we are looking for. So since the chocolate chip cookies over here on the second row, that's what we're going to do. Since we've already selected the entire column, which is the whole index where we have all the information, the cookie names and their pricing, now we need to select the column, or well, the row in which that value is located, which is going to be right here, is the 2. So we're going to add 2 and then comma. There we go. We've now added. Now it's asking us whether or not the appropriate match or the approximate match is true or false, right? So if it is the approximate match, which means that if the value over here, which is the classic chocolate chip cookie, it is exactly the same as that one in the first column, then we select false if it's exactly the same. If it's not the same, if it's, let's say you forgot to add the S at the end. So in column 1, it says classic chocolate chip cookies, but in the second one, which is going to be the D one, it says classic chocolate chip cookie without the S, then you're going to select the approximate, right? But if it's the exact same, you select false, and there we go. Then you just simply close the parentheses and hit enter, and there you go. You have the price of your chocolate chip cookie. And you can see it says the price right here, $2.50. So let me actually zoom in so it's a little bit better for you all to see. I should have done this earlier, but I don't know why I didn't. But here you go. So now you can see it. Another cool thing is that if you click over here, right, click on the formula, you can see right here, it highlights what is selected. You can see right here at the top bar, we can see the entire formula, which is laid out. If we click on this function icon, we can also find it right here, which is the lookup function. If we click over here, we can even go ahead and insert it over here. It's pretty cool. So now if you have an entire list, so let me actually go ahead and copy the entire list, right? I'll just paste it. And if I want to apply the entire formula, right, all I would have to do is click on the tab or click on the row, and then click on this little icon that you can see right here. The icon changes from this hand to this plus icon. Click it and drag it all the way to the bottom so that, you know, you can see where it is. And then when you release it, the function is going to be applied onto each of those columns, and it's going to go ahead and assess what is the column over here, the price, and then give you the exact same price. So you can see right here, pretty simple. You won't have to individually copy it. So you can see right here, column 2, false, $3 over here, $3 over here, over here. Pretty cool, right? And also, I just want to say, if you get a error like an NA, make sure that the values over here are not changed. So for example, if I were to, let's say, move this entire column down, right, and then I, added the functionality, I might get an error, but currently I haven't, but so that's a good thing. So keep that in mind, that if you, move the column down and it misses a row, you might get the error. So make sure that everything is exactly the same. And if you do get that error, right, what I would recommend is you lock the function. So come over here, click on the formula, click over here, come over here, and press right before A, and add a $sign and also a $sign after the A. Same thing over here with the B and after the B. This is going to lock the function. This is going to lock the array, and hit enter. Now, even if the table moves around, you won't have to worry about it. And once you've locked it in place, I'll just go ahead and remove them. I can't remove them all one by one, so I'll just do it one by one. Here we go. So now if I'll just paste them over here. Now you won't have any errors or anything like that. It'll be set to go. Even if, it's moved or something like this. You can see right here, NA, that's what I was talking about. So you gotta make sure if you have an error like that, make sure you don't actually, move the entire column or anything like that. But yeah, that should fix it a little bit, but you can see right here, I moved the entire column. The error didn't appear. This is what happens when you lock the function. So keep that in mind. Now there's another way that you can do this. It refers to the table method. So for example, if I come over here and I select this entire column, right, come over here onto insert, and I click on table, right, and select my table has headers. Right here, you can see the headers are there. Then I'll click on OK. And now you can see this column or this whole data is now turned into a table. Now, when we come over here into this function, we can just remove this absolute option right here, and then just select the entire table, which is going to be right here. Select table, and you can see right here, table 1 all. It is now table 1 all, right? So now if let me actually go ahead and do that. Click on enter. There we go. So now you can see it's table 1, and I'll just remove these fields right here, and now I can just paste the values over here, and there we go, again appear as they are. So now we've already selected the entire table, right? This is the table. Even if the entire table moves around, or you delete the function, or misplace something, it'll still give you the exact same value. So there you go. This was it. This was the entire VLOOK function, and this is how you can use VLOOK and everything related to it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And until then, take care and goodbye.